What's up, guys? It is time for day one of the email marketing class. I'm Cathy Callahan. I know we've got some new people here, so welcome if you are new. This month, we are going to be talking about email marketing. This video is streaming inside of Action Takers and inside of our Impact Makers program. And if you are inside of Action Takers and you're new to the club, I'm going to take a couple minutes to go through your resources. If you are inside of Impact Makers, we work with you a little bit more intimately. You have your advisor. There should be clarity over there. So if you're here and you're live, please go ahead and say, hey, hi, Anna, hi, Teddy. I just did a call with Teddy. I just did a call with Anna. I love seeing you guys here. The topic of this month is really to learn how to do email marketing, what purpose it serves, and literally how do you do it, right? What buttons do you push? How do you set up the tech? And what are we supposed to be emailing people about? Now, inside of the club, inside of Action Takers, we have some of our Impact Maker students in here in the actual group. Some of them are watching it over on the video. So if you are on this video and you are an Impact Maker, shout yourself out. If you don't know yet about that program and you want to book a strategy session with me or Jessica Quivy, we can do that with you and help you learn more about our coaching program. Inside of Action Takers, if you are here, in Action Takers only, what we do is we do a live training every Tuesday, and the schedule is up on the banner, okay? And Aubrey sets up events, so you can actually RSVP to the event, all right? And then we spend the last Tuesday of the month for Action Takers only. If you are Action Takers only and you're not in full impact, we get together one time a month on a Zoom. And that Zoom is to answer questions about the content from this month, okay? So this month we're covering email marketing. We're gonna do that for the 3 Tuesdays in June, and then the last one will be a Zoom, and all that information is up in the events, okay? So Cathy, reach out to me, I'll get that booked, or you can simply also, if you guys wanna know more about what we do, you can go to www.pcatu.com, and that is my website, and you can go there and learn more about what we do, and you can also go to our store. And in our store, it has some of our classes, and there is a book a call link there. So Cathy, if you want to just go, oh, I typed the wrong thing, PCATU. No, I did that right. I did that right. Okay. You can go over there and see other things like our party course, Action Takers, where you can share the link and then book a strategy call. Okay. Now, resources, Boards app. Before I dive in, is there anyone who does not know what the Boards app is? Before we start training on email marketing, the main 2 resources we give you guys are your trainings, right? Obviously in the group, but we also upload them over to pcatu.com, and you can log in and you can move through trainings online. You can move through trainings on the app, okay? Then that's like the videos. The resources, as far as the workbooks, any links that I provide, any written information, I upload that to the Boards app, and it's in the welcome post of this group, okay? The Boards app is killer. It is awesome. It is how I'm able to communicate outside of just the videos. Any digital resources, any downloads, if you guys are like, what tools do you use for this? If anybody does not know about the Boards app, okay, make sure you click the link up in the description of the welcome video and grab my board that I created for you. Action Takers has one, Impact Makers has one. Now, Impact, if you want Action Takers, it's just some of the stuff you guys have, not everything, okay? So you don't have to have both boards, okay? So as we dive into email marketing today, if you are new, let me go ahead and just again say thank you for being here. Action Takers Elite Club is a month-to-month program. You can stay as long as you want. A lot of people are coming in for this topic this month, but you can go back through pcatu.com or through the guides in the group and access the last 7 months of all the monthly topics we've done. You can grab the Boards app and you can invite friends in so y'all can learn together, okay? Email marketing this month, what I want you guys to talk to me about, and typically trainings are about 30 minutes. What I want you guys to talk to me about is, are you emailing people yet? Are you sending out emails? And if not, why not? And if yes, what are you doing with email marketing? Okay. There are simple ways. I have in the Boards app the access to the email marketing system that I use. There are simple ways to start automating some of this communication. And there's reasons why we want to do email marketing, even if it's not your only strategy. So a couple things for you guys. If we've never trained together before, you know that I'm always teaching social media is a great way to find traffic, right? And to bring them into your funnel, your leads. But what we want to do is we want to stay in front of people, and we want to build that know, like, and trust factor. One way to do that is through live video and live events. That's my key strategy. So if you've never trained on active strategy with live events, live parties, whatever you want to call them, that's my main thing. But I have been teaching my team from the beginning to capture email addresses. So talk to me, where are you at in this journey? Are you getting email addresses from your leads? Okay, so this could simply mean that if a group member comes in and joins your group, right, you ask in the membership questions, hey, what's your email? That would be an easy way to do it. It could be a little bit more advanced, like what we taught 2 months ago inside of Action Takers on lead magnets and landing pages to grab people's email. What we know about email marketing is that it is another way to stay in front of people and to deliver multiple exposures. It's a delivery system outside of Facebook. So if you guys are building your business like I am, mostly on one platform that you don't own, that's a mistake. You own your email list. So minimum this month, your brain shift needs to be, I'm going to start collecting email addresses. What I'm going to teach you this month is what to do with them. How quickly you put that into action. Hopefully you do that. That's why we're here. Cynthia Height is our ambassador in this program. You will be seeing her inside of Action Takers. You'll be seeing her post some accountability, kind of homework stuff, keep you guys on track. Okay. We're here to support impact makers. We can dive into this in coaching more, because I want you guys to actually put into place what you're learning. But minimum, build your email list. It could be your own platform, essentially, right? When I email you guys, my company with my network marketing company doesn't own that list. Facebook's not in control. I'm not fighting the same algorithm game. So social media is a great way to build know, like, and trust factor. Email marketing is another way to communicate. It is key. It is a mistake if you're not doing this right from the beginning, but done is better than perfect, and we can start wherever we're at. Does email marketing seem hard? Are y'all scared? Or you're like, I got this, right? It's not that hard. So we're going to break it down. We're going to simplify. And the system I teach, or the tool I teach for email marketing, is not the only one. It's just the most simple. A couple facts before we start. If you guys are like, I do all this posting, I do all this content, and nobody sees it, like 6% or 7% of people see your group posts, 1.5% or 2% of people see the stuff you post on your business page. Well, guess what? Email marketing, you'll actually be able to see how many people are opening your email, and about 20% of the people on your list will open the email. Okay. Now you can increase those email open rates if you have a qualified list of interested people. So right now I'm doing a healthy living event, and I created an intermittent fasting guide. I created a link to a 30-day guide we have, and I captured people's email. When I email those, they're opening at a much, much higher rate. 50, 60, 70, 80% of people are opening up the emails because they're the right people, and it's the right information, and it's a way to nurture. Okay. As we go through this month, we'll learn about what is a good click-through rate, how many people should be opening it, who do we want on our email list. Today, I'm going to talk to you about different types of emails. We're going to go back to landing pages and lead magnets for those of you who don't have that yet. And then we're going to say, now that we've got people on a list, how often are we emailing them? Can we automate messages? Can we just simply email them whenever we want? And what's a great starting schedule? Okay. So building your email list is when I think about social media traffic. So when I think about, talk to me about the platforms you guys are on, like list every platform that you put content on. Okay. So Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram. What am I missing? When you think about all these traffic sources, there's two goals for me for traffic. I want them on my email list and I want them in my Facebook group. Okay. Myrna's on Facebook. So if we go back to a basic sales funnel, and if you're new here, hold up your funnel. The first piece is leads. We want to find leads. And we might know people, but we're trying to find new leads because we run out of people. So we use these social media platforms to find new traffic. So above the funnel is traffic, right? And we want them to like jump into our funnel. So when all the people watching the TikTok video, all the people watching the Instagram, to come into our funnel as a lead, okay? And through that funnel, I'm building two things. I'm building an email list and I'm building my group, because after the leads section of the funnel, what comes next? Who knows? Next, we get into a conversation and we present the information we have, okay? My personal preference on delivering information is I want them to come into my group and I'm going to do a live event, okay? My other preference is if they don't come into the event, I can deliver information via email. All right. Yes, we can also talk through the messenger, but my messenger's worn out, right? We can talk through text, we can talk through video, we can talk through a one-on-one in-person presentation. But in that middle piece, that presentation conversation piece, email marketing is going to play a part in there. Does that make sense? At the bottom of the funnel is close. We want to convert sales. If you're in network marketing, type to me below that you're a network marketer. What are you selling? What can I help you improve? Are you service-based? Do you have your own products that you create? Are you a network marketer? When we're email marketing, we're not just there to like send out stuff. We're there to convert sales, okay? So when I teach you my system for what I email out, it's not just to email, it's to move people forward with me. So if they're not in the group, get them in the group. If they haven't bought the products yet, buy the product, okay? So we've got people doing Facebook, Instagram, and so I'm building my email list and my group through all the traffic sources, okay? So focusing this month on email marketing, I want to talk with you guys about the system I use, and I'm not going to like require you to use it. I'll just tell you it is easier if we all use the same thing, because it's speaking directly to that exact thing. I use Aweber. Now, don't leave right now and go start something yet. I have a link for you guys if you need a free account. But once we dive into this, if you don't choose to use the same system I'm using, that's okay. If you're using ConvertKit, Flowdesk, if your company has a CRM, MailChimp, they all have different benefits, okay? I like Aweber because there is a free account. They have great support, which is really incredible when you can get the help you need. And it's pretty simple. I can also share like campaigns and codes. So if you're like, oh, can I just have the access to your email campaign? I give that to my Impact Maker students. You guys have that in your boards app. So the first thing is you have to have the place you're communicating email with people through. You could just do this via your Gmail, right? So for a long time, I simply just emailed people and I hand put their email addresses into Gmail, which is okay, but it's not automation. It's not tracked, okay? When you come into a system like this is my healthy living list. It's a newer list, okay? And I've got different lists so I can actually categorize people out. When you first set up your Aweber account, you'll make the list that you want to focus on. So where do you guys want to focus? Because I personally like to start with my leads. We can start building out email for customers. We can start building out emails for team members. But a great starting place is with leads. Okay, so what we did 2 months ago, and if you're new here, you need to go back and catch up on some of that training if you want to do this piece I'm showing you here. What we did was we said we want to use email marketing. We want to use Aweber. We want to create a landing page and have people opt in to our email list. The other way I do this is if they come to a party, like tonight, there's a sign up form and they register for a drawing, and now I can also email them, okay? So the very first step, and I'm not training on this, the very first step was we created something called a landing page. Now, don't freak out if you don't have this done, okay? Don't panic and be like, I need a landing page before I can email people, you can import a list. All right. But this is how I generated new leads. I made a landing page for people who can opt in and just say, hey, they want my 30-day breakthrough information. Okay. So who is like super, I have no clue what a landing page is or a lead magnet. If you're new to the club, you may not. It depends on your journey. If you're in the club for the last 2 months, you should know this part. Okay. So when we did this, we had people come in, and this is one way we built our email list. So when we did social media posting, we invited people, hey, sign up and get my free guide, sign up and get my sample, whatever it is. If you're doing a party, register for the party drawing. That's what this could say. And this was one way that we captured emails through leads. Okay. If you're doing something like TikTok or Instagram and you don't have a call to action or something that people can do, we have to change that. So we invite them into our group. We invite them to subscribe to our email list and get whatever freebie we're giving when they do that. So this is one way that we built our email list. Another way that we did it was you guys can import. So if you're like, Cathy, I've got a list of emails that came from my group. Is that you? I've got a list of people that are sitting in my Excel sheet. I've got my CRM from my company. I've got a Facebook group that I could go, grab their emails from. If that's you, you can import people. So if you've never done this before, my subscriber list came from mostly opt-ins, mostly people opting in through a landing page or a sign-up form. Okay. Now, what you can do is you can actually bring people in via an import, and you can do that in Aweber, and then you can add them. Now, what we want to focus on today, and we have to do this in baby steps or else you guys will get overwhelmed. We have to understand how we're starting and where we're going next and why we're going there. So with email marketing, my goal is to stay in front of people, to deliver value, but to also have a call to action. So Teddy, who's listening to this, did a invite to her email list to come over to her group. And she saw that 5 people came over to her group. Okay. So let's talk about, once we've got people in an email list, if they came through a lead magnet, if they came through an import, however you got these people in, there's 2 ways you can stay in front of people with email marketing. And this is what I want to stay focused on for today. Once you have people in your list, okay? Now, if you're a starter and you're like, I still don't know the landing page lead magnet thing, I'll reiterate, that was a month's worth of training. Go up into the guides or go into Kajabi, pcatu.com, and go through the lead magnet training that teaches you how to start capturing emails through your landing page, how to optimize your personal profile as a funnel to start building your list. Okay, that we've already done. But if you're new, it's okay, you get access. Once they come in, there's 2 ways, and this is the focus this month. Now we want to keep emailing them. We don't just want to capture emails. We want to do something with it. And there's 2 ways to email. One is called broadcast, and these are the words that Aweber uses. Your system, I'm going to make sure I'm screen sharing. Okay, good. Your system might call it something different, all right? And then the other thing is called campaigns. So I'm going to speak to Aweber's words. If your system uses something different, you can type below what those words are. But broadcasts are where I'm just sitting here right now, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like sending my list of healthy living subscribers a message. That would be just, I want to write a message that's not on automation as far as the second they come in, they'll get something. We'll talk about the whole automation thing next. Broadcasts are very, very straightforward, and I feel like everybody can start here. I'm sitting in my house right now. I've got a list of, I don't know, however many people are in here, at least 80, but I've got this healthy living list. And I'm thinking, you know what? I could go give them a healthy living tip of what I had for breakfast. I could go give them a recipe. I could go give them an inspiration, but the goal is to help them move forward, right? Well, guess what? I have a live event tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and just say create a message. I'm going to show you guys how to very simply just go email your list. My suggestion is on the routine, like once a week, email your list. I'm not talking the automated built out sequences yet. Once a week, I just go in and chat with the people on my email list. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't overthink this. Speak as if you're speaking to the person. So if Teddy was sitting at my house right now, just talk. The biggest tip I can give you guys for email marketing is the same thing I say in social media. Don't make it weird. The more personal you can be, the more real you can be, and the clearer you can make the journey for people, the better results you will have. Now, when we start to write an email, there's something called a subject line. And if y'all can just think, what emails do you open and what emails do you not open? You can start thinking of some catchy subject lines. We like to hook people and get them to open this. So you could say like, don't miss this, or hey, Teddy, will you be there tonight? You know, here's my free guide to intermittent fasting without starving. Check it out. Have kind of a catchy subject line that makes them want to open the email. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm going to say, will you be there tonight? Okay. I'll just keep it simple. Now, what you can do is once you're inside of Aweber, I chose just the very simple formatting, nothing fancy. This is me teaching you guys and teaching you what I've learned. If you keep this less marketing looking and make it just look like the email you would back in the day send, for me, it gets better results. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight. And I'm going to turn this up to 16. Actually, I'll make it bigger for you guys. I'll make it, normally I do 16. I'll do 48 so you can see. Oh, that looks really bad. Okay, so what your email system does on Aweber, it automatically fills in with their first name. And then I'm just going to type. I'm going to just say, hey, thanks for being a part of the list. We have a special event tonight. Hey there, sitting here with my kiddo. I'm not going to type this whole thing. You guys will be bored watching. My kiddo thinking about the event tonight. Will you be there? Will you be there? Okay, so I'm going to hook them. I'm going to let them know like this is a real chick sitting around with their kid, whatever. And then I'm going to tell them tonight we have an intermittent fasting event. I can give them a couple reasons why they need to be there, and then I can provide the link, okay? When I am emailing people, I'm not just doing it because I'm bored. I'm trying to get them to move forward with me. Don't forget that part. However, if it's only about sales, if it's only about, oh my gosh, buy this, join this, do this, they'll be like, yeah, unsubscribe. So I tried to relate with people. I tried to be vulnerable and tell my story. I always connect the dots, just like in a Facebook message. Hey, you're on my list. I know you're interested in being healthier. Here are some benefits for you. Here's the what's in it for you. And then ask a question or have a call to action. So then you can say, come join me here. Now, very, very, very basic email, but I want you guys to stop overthinking communication through email and just start talking to people with the goal to move them forward, okay? On a weekly basis, I'll show you some other emails I've done. I might not have an event, but maybe I pop in and say, here's a recipe I made with the kids today, protein bar recipe. And then the call to action could be, want the protein I use, it's on sale now. It's on sale now. And then you could provide the link, okay? So in an email system, what I like to do is I like to provide about 80% value and 20% call to action, which says, hey, click this thing, do this thing, come join this group, you know, download this guide. So think right now, and I can't see your comments, I'll sweep back through when I'm done chatting here. What could you be emailing people about? You want to know the best answer? You're probably already doing it on Facebook. You're probably already writing great content. You're providing good value. You can just transfer that over into an email or vice versa. You could take this email and now turn it into a Facebook post an Instagram story, and you can multi-purpose the same content. We're just delivering it in different ways. So the beginning of my email marketing journey, I learned how to build this list, and I built my list through parties. You all know I love parties. And I had all these people that were interested in healthy living. And then once a week, I would just email them some value thing and also invite them into our party group, because we partied every Tuesday to share more about the products we love. So type out the email. Once you're done, you can preview it and test it. Obviously, that looks awful. Save and exit, and then you just send it. It's so simple. When you're ready to send it, you can schedule it, and I'm not going to send it yet. You can schedule it, and you can just say, send it right now. Done. Done. Or you can actually have it scheduled for a different time, okay? So even if it's a broadcast, you can schedule it for a different time, or you can send it now, okay? Totally up to you. It says, when should this message be sent? Who should get this message? Do you want to share this message? So read through those options, okay? And as we go through this month and we become more advanced email marketers, do you want to tag any automations? As we learn more about automations, if you wanted to have an automation turn on, you could do that. I'm not covering that in this video right now. If you're ready to send it, just click send. And now you've emailed your whole list that's on your healthy living list or on whatever. You can see some of my past broadcasts here. So I'll show you some actual ones. You can get on my email list so you can watch. Oh gosh, did I really just send that? That's embarrassing. Oh, okay, that was a different one. That was from May 22nd. See, I used that same thing last time. I put, are you coming? And 50% of people opened it. I thought that I just sent that. So you guys can see the message I sent last week, 2 weeks ago. Will I see you at the online event on Tuesday? We're going to be doing Fasting 101. We're going to do it party style. Here's the link, and here's how you can register for the giveaway. I did import a picture, which I can show you on the next, I'll show you that on the next page. So that is one of the emails I did. I've also been emailing them just value, okay? Small steps can make for a big change. Here's your workout plan. This is a past email I sent to my list. I said, hey, these are people who came into the 30-day challenge. I'm like, hey, you're in the 30-day challenge. Yesterday, I sent your group link and guide. How are things going for you? You guys, email is another way to nurture not just leads, because these are people who have not bought products yet, but some of them have, but to stay in front of them and not get stuck in the messenger with having to do 1,000 messages. I can send one email to the whole group. Now, I gave some tips on drinking water, okay? I gave them a reason to go ahead and shop, but I didn't make it the front side of the email where it's like, oh my gosh, buy, buy, buy. Like, oh, by the way, if you want to grab the bundle I'm using, you can check it out here. And this links to the company purchasing page. There was a giveaway going, and so I'm leading with value. I'm also having a call to action to do the next thing. So once a week, I kind of start like staying in touch with people. That is called broadcast, okay? And that's what I wanted to focus on today is broadcast versus campaigns. I'm going to show you campaigns next, but you can kind of see my open rate. The quote I showed you at the beginning was 20%. I'm doing more than 20% except for this email. Apparently, they don't care about eating their veggies, right? 18% of people care about eating their veggies. So you can see, and this is just another way to stay in front of your list of people, your customers, your party prospects, people that have downloaded your freebie. There was something wrong with that one, okay? So these are broadcasts, and if you're doing it inside of Aweber, you can see your sent ones, you can see your scheduled ones. As you move into more experience with it, you can do something called a split test where you're testing out which of the two emails actually got more opens, okay? So this is the very, very basics. I don't know who I'm talking to, if y'all are advanced and way beyond this, or if you're newbies, but when I was a newbie, I built a list and I broadcasted, and that was it. That was all I knew how to do. and it kept me in front of people. I could remind people about the weekly parties, remind them about specials, and deliver value. And you can see, are you in the mood for breakfast? Here's a great solution, right? And I gave them a breakfast recipe. Like I said, you guys can get on my email list if you want to and just watch some of the stuff that goes out. So here we actually gave a recipe. So that's valuable so that they want to keep staying in front of our emails. And as I went on and on with the tips, I was like, oh, by the way, if you need more support, come over into this group. Okay. When I have a special or a sale, like after the party tonight, I can wrap through with a broadcast and say, hey, did you join the party? Right? Here's the package that's on special. All right. So broadcast should seem pretty straightforward, I hope, but you've got to have people on your list. So you've got to have subscribers that you imported or that they opted in, and now you can just email them whenever you want. How much is too much? Once or twice a week, I don't think is too much. 5 to 7 days a week, they might be like, whoa, Nelly, right? Okay, so I'm going to jump over to questions real quick, and then we're going to move on to campaigns, because campaigns are where you can automate your business and you can keep emailing them, keep emailing them, keep emailing them, and not have to go in and broadcast every week, okay? But you got to build it out. So I'll show you this page next. And I know I'm going to go past 30 minutes today because it's our first day training. Okay, so questions so far. Personal and real. Okay, this is a good point. If you ever take a free account of anything, you're going to have limitations, okay? So Christy said if you go with a Weber on the free account, you can only have one list, which is okay. It's okay if you only have one list, because for those of you who are building leads around your products, maybe you're only just building a healthy living list, or maybe Christy has her Sparkle list. Maybe you're only focusing on one list right now and getting really, really good. If you want to have multiple lists, like I do with Social Sales School and with Healthy Living, then over time, it might make sense. Add on another list, pay the extra money for the paid option, okay? What questions do you guys have so far? And now I'm gonna go into campaigns, because campaigns are where it's at when you want to like have your life running on automation through email marketing, okay? So next, I'm gonna show you guys the process of having a campaign, what it really means. And this is where email marketing, automation, a lot of the work of nurturing people can be done, where you just bring people into your funnel and you stay in front of them without doing all the work. But you do have to do the work one time, okay? So let's go back to how I built this specific list, and then I'm going to show you what a campaign is and what it does, okay? So I'm going to take you back to landing pages. You could have also just hand imported these emails, right? But I created the breakthrough registration. And right now, let's see, can I give this to you guys? I don't know if I can put this in the comments. I was going to say you can opt into this. Let me copy this right here. I don't know if I can drop this into StreamYard while I'm on StreamYard, but what I can do at the very least is type it in the banner. It's kind of lengthy. Oops, did it copy email addresses? There we go. Okay, that is the list that I'm working with right now, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, if you guys wanna go there, you can actually opt into what I'm showing you right now. So I created this landing page, very simple, through the training we did a couple months ago. I created this landing page. Now, what happens is when people put their name and email into here, now they're on my full list. And we can do just what I was showing you earlier, where who invited you to the challenge? Me. Okay. I now have them on my list, and I can just do broadcast, right? I can just now be like, awesome. And then it leads them over to the group, is how I did that one. I could just be like, great, they're on my list. They got the link. There's an email going to go out. And I can just email them every once in a while by going up to messages and just broadcast to them, okay? That is one way to do it. I could just broadcast these people whenever I want, just like I said earlier. But when you want to step it up, you're going to do something called campaigns, okay? Campaigns are something that once they register, okay, which is this right here, once they register, Now I can tell the system to keep messaging them whatever emails I tell it to message, and do it for every single person from the time they come into the list until the time they opt out. So let's pretend that right now you go click on that link and you register for this breakthrough challenge. A campaign is going to deliver a sequence of emails automatically. I don't have to broadcast to you. I go into campaigns, I click on create a campaign, which I've already done, and I'm going to tell the system to message people who registered or who took my freebie or whatever, go back to your landing page training, to email them automatically and to keep emailing them, okay? So a campaign is like an automated sequence of emails. So this 30-day breakthrough right here, I created a new campaign and I chose to do it I just choose a blank one, based on breakthrough, based on when they come into my list because they wanted to be in the challenge, okay? So there's two options once you do a campaign. And if this is advanced, y'all are here for a reason. You're leveling up, okay? If you simply wanted the system to email everybody that's new to your list a series of emails, you would choose on subscribe, okay? That means the second people come in, no matter why they come in, they're going to get the series of emails that you write. If you want it targeted only to specific subscribers, that would be called a tag. And the tag has to match the tag that was on the thing they came in from. So if we go back to this page right here, this page right here, when I made that landing pages, go back to the landing page training, I told Aweber, tag anybody who comes in on here with a specific word or series of words, okay? Because I did that, that's called a tag, then I can write a campaign that will only go to those people. But you have to have the tag applied, right? You have to have it connected to something. So I wrote out a campaign just for people who registered. If you just want your whole list to get the email campaign, that's fine. If you want to do targeted, specific for what they're looking for, you can write a campaign based on the tag, okay? I'll just do on subscribe because this is an example. Either way, it'll tell you right here what you've picked, and if you need to change it, you can replace the trigger. The trigger is the word for the thing that starts the automation. So the trigger will say, when they're new, email them this. When they pick to register for the breakthrough, email them this. If they came in to register for a drawing, email them this. And this is how people have all these specific targeted emails that you're downloading because you opted in to something, okay? When you build a campaign, it is literally just like writing an email, but this part's a little something you're gonna have to keep going through this week. We send a message and we come over to the left and we simply drag in what we want them to do, and I'm gonna show you mine, and you could just be done. Like that could be it. It's just one message on automation the second they come in. Or you could say, well, wait, I want to email them again. I'm going to wait, put in a wait time, 3 days. And so over here on the right, it's opening up. How long do you want to wait before you email them again? And then I'm going to email them another message, and I'll show you what this looks like, okay? You literally can build out a campaign. My coach Julie had 108 emails. The second you come into her email list, she's going to email you 108 times over the year. That's about one every 3 days, with the goal to stay in front of you, provide value, and move you forward, okay? You have to spend time building campaigns, but once you've built them, they are done. So let me exit out of here and show you what it actually looks like once it's built, okay? So go back to how this happened. People opted into this page right here, and y'all can do it. Oh, I want a breakthrough, whatever, to see the example. They opt in, and now I have a campaign connected to that same tag that's on the landing page, okay? The first thing that happens was I created a campaign and I told the system to email people that have the tag that matches the word that I put on the landing page, which for me was 30-day breakthrough registration. Okay. So now I could have thousands of people register and they're going to get all of these emails automatically. Okay. I built it over time. I did the first email, I saved it, I came back, I did another email. The first email I send to them is verification that, hey, you wanted in this challenge, right? You wanted the guide, and I delivered. I just kind of wrote them an email, right? I delivered the guide, and then I invited them into the group. Okay. We had already talked a little bit about bundles in the guide, so I went ahead and say, hey, if you want the bundles, here they are, right? And then I let them know, I'm going to keep on emailing you, all right? I'm going to stay in front of you. And I added a little graphic, and I'll show you that in a minute. I waited a day, and then I told the system, email them the workout guide the next time, okay? I want to check in again, and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Did you get the guide? Were you at the event? Here's the workout guide I promised you. Let me know how you're doing. I look forward to hearing back. Okay. And then I wait another day. And then I said something that might catch them off guard. I said, I owe you an apology. And here's why I said that. A lot of these people I don't know. A lot of these people were referred. So I'm like, oh, let's get to know each other. I didn't make it all about me in the beginning. I made it all about them and what they want. I'm like, oh, let's get to know each other. Let's build that know, like, and trust factor, right? Here's 3 things about me. Here's how I love to support people. Now, what I did in this email, I actually told them, reply to me and like send me a reply, and I'll personally respond with some tips or resources. Inside of email marketing, you're not going to get a whole bunch of people messaging you back and forth like you might on the messenger. But if you have a call to action saying like, hey, reply to this, let me know you got this, they might just do that. So I continue to nurture this email list with the goal to sell products. Okay, this is a product based company. I'm giving free value, but I also want them to get the support products. So I'm surrounding value, just like we do in any post, with the call to action surrounded with value. Okay, so need more support. Reminder, you can come into this group. If you're not here yet, join. Okay, click to join so that people will want to read your emails. I built this one out all the way to 8, I think, emails. I then invited them into a live event that we're doing. And I think that might have been it. That's it. So we've got an intermittent fasting event. So you guys, when it comes to campaigns and when it comes to email marketing, simplify things, make it a goal first to be building a list, okay? If you want to get fancy and you want to build a campaign, how often should you check in? I've heard 3 to 5 messages in the first week that someone subscribes. It might be a lot, maybe the first 2 weeks if that feels like a lot, but if they opt out, that's okay. When Julie was teaching me about this, and she's like, if they opt out, that's not what we're here for. We're here for people who we can help. So I kind of try to balance it. I watch if people are leaving or coming. Maybe you'd put the wait time 2 days, but these are people who are doing a 30-day challenge. I want to stay in front of them. Okay. Now, once you're inside the email, if you guys are wanting to get a little fancy, Aweber is pretty simple. When you open up an email and you're working on creating it, if you don't just want to type, and you're like, oh, how did she get a picture in there? How did she get a link? All of these elements, okay, you can literally just drag and drop them. Drag and drop, drag and drop. And once you've dragged, and we did some of this in the landing pages, you can just click and upload images, okay? So it's not that difficult if you want to make it a little more fancy, but I play with like only text, a little bit of photos. I don't go too crazy. You can add the social links, okay? You can look through all these things. Sometimes I import videos. It took me a while to get there. First, I'm just like, type the email, okay? So that is the difference between broadcasts and campaigns. What's gonna happen for this week is I anticipate that you're gonna have to go through this information multiple times. with a goal this week for you guys to start messaging your list, okay? If you don't have a list at all, I need to delete this, that looks awful. If you don't have a list at all, make it a goal to go back to the landing pages training, get your landing page made so that you have a place to start opting people in, okay? If you already have a landing page and some people have subscribed, you've got their email, or if you already had a list, like I do with Social Sales School, we already had a list of people, okay? We already had a list. Now we just want to start messaging them more. Make it a goal to go to the messages button this week and at least do a broadcast. Go check in with your list. Click on broadcast. Click on create a message and just check in. Hey, you're on my email list. This is who I help. This is how I help them. Are you in my group? Do you want my free guide? Have you taken a look at the support products I'm recommending? What questions do you have? Okay. So as you're doing this, I don't know why people complain. They get on my email list and then complain, but that's okay. If they opt out, no big deal. We're focused on who's opening, who's clicking, how to increase that. This is something that I'm working on, by the way. And so then what we're going to do is just stay in front of people. If broadcast is as far as you get, that's awesome. Okay, we do a lot of broadcast to Social Sales School. If you're ready to start building out a campaign, go ahead and go to campaigns and at least get an automated sequence built out with at least one, if not 2 or 3 messages for people to start to get to know you. A lot of our campaigns are just one email campaigns that deliver whatever freebie people are getting from us, and then they start getting the broadcast, okay? As you build out campaigns more faithfully and you do something called a welcome series, this is what we used to have activated. It was 3 to 5 emails, just like on that healthy living list, that the second they downloaded a freebie, I got to know them more. I got to give them value and tell a little bit about me, how I can help, and then we move forward with how we can help them through our group, through the products we sell, or for whatever we're running right now, okay? Okay, we're together for a whole month on this topic. Impact makers, we can dive in. We have a call at 1 o'clock today. Action takers, be posting in the group questions, okay? Be sharing with us where you need support, where you're stuck, what you need help with. Here's a booking blitz I did for Kimberly Olson. I set up an email campaign for them. Like, I made it very specific, like, this is how we met, this is who I am. Email marketing can be a ton of fun, okay? Don't let it overwhelm you, okay? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Once you activate a campaign, I only had 1 email on most of my campaigns because that's all I had time for. You can go back in and start writing more emails so that after day 1, they get the next one. You can keep on going, okay? Aweber, I don't know. Do they have an app? I don't think so. I go through my phone and it goes to the website. Should your campaign be tied to topics, tied to Facebook content? So you got to think about what your brand is, who you help, and what value you want to deliver. So a lot of times the email content is very similar or the same of what's already everywhere else. It's just another way to stay in front of people. Example, action takers right now, right? We're doing the promo that ended yesterday. I'm posting that in the group. I'm posting that in my stories. I'm also emailing that out, okay? Email is another delivery method. So don't think you have to come up with this curated different content, but it's not necessarily going to be something where you just post a curiosity post. Like, you wouldn't do that on email, right? But when you're doing those stories or those value posts with call to actions, that stuff should go through email as well. So my friend Danny, who's with, she was with Juice Plus, now she's with Modere. She does a lot of email marketing and she's so awesome. And a lot of it's her same Facebook post and then the same email, like the same message both places. They have an app. Bam. Okay. Landing page, build your email list, newsletter. Awesome. And you could do a monthly newsletter. That could be something that you're emailing out. Okay. Aweber, Okay. That's all the questions. I know oh my God, 50 minutes. I got to go. If you had a second email after the first one was sent, will they all get the 2? So we had this question, if you build a campaign, and Teddy, we can go into this in Impact Makers on our call coming up here. But if, say, everybody opts in to break through that 30-day thing that I shared with you guys, if you want to go test it, I only have 8 emails or 7 or whatever. If I today go add the 8th one, will those people who subscribed 30 days ago get all of a sudden get back on track with that? That was a question that I was like, we got to clarify with AWeber. I don't want to misspeak on that, but you can keep on adding on the campaigns. And if there's a 1-day wait time, when I tested it, what it did for me was it instantly sent me that email because I was already past the 8th day. The people who just came into the campaign, they're not going to get it until they've made it that far down in the journey. Okay. So you guys, email marketing is definitely just another thing you can add in your suite of tools. It is incredibly effective. If you guys know Jenna Kutchner, I probably say her name wrong. She said that from email marketing, Instagram, Facebook, email marketing sells more than her Instagram and Facebook does. Email marketing is where it's at. Now, those social platforms are traffic. They drive leads to her email list. She's converting sales through the constant exposure and the constant invite to purchase, to join the thing, to do the thing. Okay. So email marketing, don't discount it. For my party girls, when we do a party like tonight, as soon as the party's over, okay, at 9 o'clock when the party's over, I can blast out an email to that list. I can have it scheduled and say, hey, I know you're a part of this event. You registered to come. Not sure if you made the full live, but here's the special we just announced. It's another way to stay in front of people 2 days later. Hey, did you miss it? As you move into it even more, you can learn how to email just people who didn't open the email. Like, hey, I see you didn't open my email. You're like, that's weird. Automation. Okay. All right. I will be back next Tuesday and inside of Action Takers. And we're going to be also talking about how to build out sequences for customers and for team members. Okay. So your list can be for anything, but I'm focusing mostly email marketing on leads, people that are not buying yet, how to stay in front of them, how to have automation, help them move forward and show up where I'm showing up, purchase the things we want them to purchase so that we can serve them at the highest level. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Impact Makers, I'll see you in a few minutes. Post your questions in the group. Homework assignment. If you don't have the email list yet, start building it. If you need to refine that landing page or your lead magnet, go back to those trainings. Thank you, Cynthia, for doing the workbooks on those. And if you've got the list, at least do 1 broadcast this week, at least 1, and start working on building a campaign. Okay. All right, you guys, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye for now.